Hi and welcome back to Good with a Camera. Today we're going to be looking at the Olympus 40-150 Pro Zoom lens. So we're going to take this guy out on location today. We're going to go to a Tough Mudder event, check out the continuous autofocus on the EM1. Then we're going to go to a demonstration in Glasgow for austerity cuts, and we're going to use this lens great reach to try and pick people off, get some nice subject isolation. So the Olympus 40-150 2.8, it's a fully weather sealed lens. It has an equivalent of about 80 to 300 on full frame, 2.8 all the way through. Has a really novel lens hood design where once it's attached to the lens, you just twist the collar back, it clicks back ready for storage out the way. Absolute genius. Slides forward, so simple. I think every lens should probably have these, long lenses especially. Now I guess the equivalent, like Mark would be using a 70 to 200 2.8 image stabilized on his Canon. This is essentially the equivalent, but you're getting an extra 100mm on top of that. Image stabilization's in the body. It's a really neat package. It's got a good weight to it and it balances well on the EM1, especially with the grip on. It's certainly much better with the grip. But it is a really well balanced package. It feels great. The dials are smooth. Function button on the side. It has a collar, tripod collar, which can be moved, rotated sideways if using this in a tripod. Great little features of the lens, the little function button on the side, which is completely programmable through the camera to whatever function you want to do. And if you want to flick to manual focus, the collar simply just clicks back, you're in manual focus. Click it forward, you're back to autofocus. No need to go in and change the focus mode in the camera. Right, so in between recording video for this review, Mark will give this camera a go. He's not used to Olympus, he's normally a DSLR user with Canon, but he's going to give Olympus a try, give us his honest thoughts on this system, as this is similar to his favourite system, his 1D with his prize 70 to 200 lens.
Yeah, so we're basically going to compare the images from the two, and then to see how it basically stands up against it. Now the multiplier on this is a 70-200, the multiplier is a 1.3 on Canon 1D Mark III, so it basically gives it a 91 to 260, which is similar to that, so it will bring them both into a similar range.
So these are very similarly matched. You can see similar in look, but just a bit smaller. I guess I've got the lens hood on.
They kind of look a bit like us.
It gives
well built, sort of like a bit metal and
small and scrawny.
Small and scrawny.
Yeah. bit fat at the middle. Yep.
Oi.
That's about it. Yep.
And we'll compare the images later on and see if it kind of stands up against a pro level lens and camera.
Right. Let's get going.
Cool. Let's go.
So, I've had a good review of the images. I think it's safe to say the results are pretty excellent. The sharpness of this lens seems to be superb, in line with the Olympus 75-1.8 for sure. Razor sharp. The out of focus areas, really creamy bokeh, really lovely rendering from this glass. The autofocus, lightning fast. Whether you're close, far away, just seems to nail it instantly. Build quality, superb. It's weather sealed, obviously being a pro lens. Really good solid build. Really incredible design lens hood. I think every telephoto lens should have a lens hood like that. Handling wise, it's a very well balanced lens on the EM1 with the grip. Not sure it'd be so good without the grip, but with the grip, handles well, really excellent. I think for me, I'm going to be adding this to my personal collection very soon. I think it's pretty much a no-brainer if you're using Micro Four Thirds, particularly Olympus. But Mark also used this lens. What did you think of this, and how did it compare to your Canon 70-200, did you think?
Well, okay, I know people are expecting me to kind of diss it because I am the DSLR man, but it's actually a good lens. I mean, it really is a really good lens. Like, from a kind of pro point of view, it is a really good lens. Build quality wise, I wouldn't say it's as sturdy as the 70-200, but it's like solid. I love these Micro Four Third lenses. They're this kind of metal construction they have. All metal construction is great. I love it. It gives it a good feel and they get a great sense of substance. Optically wise, the lens is exceptional. Obviously it's a new generation lens, so the optics in it are going to be great, new coatings and that sort of thing. We checked for fringing and we checked for vignette, and there was nothing. We couldn't find anything, artifacts, any artifacts at all really that we could find of any discernible amount. If you're in the Micro Four Thirds world, it's a must. I would say if you've gone from DSLRs to the Micro Four Thirds world, which Alan has done, that's what you've done because you were a Nikon man originally, and then you turned into a traitor. It is a must if you're a pro at that level. As Alan's saying, he's going to put it in his bag. It is definitely there. So if you're thinking about it, I'd definitely think about having a look at this lens because it really is great, and the image quality is excellent off it.
So to round up, if you're after a long telephoto lens for the Micro Four Thirds system, I think this is definitely the one to go for. It's worth noting as well that the equivalent focal range is an 80-300 2.8 as opposed to a 70-200 that Mark's using. To get a 300mm 2.8 prime image stabilised from Canon or Nikon would be an absolute fortune.
Other thing, sorry, that I would
bang for your buck, really.
Yeah, one thing I would like to add as well is that if you're using a camera system, the camera itself doesn't have an image stabilisation built in like the 70-200 does. So unless your camera, like the Olympus is, the EM1 has built in image stabilisation in it.
If you're a Panasonic user, there's no image stabilisation, so maybe the 300N you're going to need a really good shutter speed to make sure keep everything sharp, but certainly on the Olympus bodies, image stabilised inside, it's certainly a great package. We also checked out the teleconverter, the 1.4 teleconverter that's on here just now. Puts up to about a 420.
That's math, man. I don't know.
420 equivalent. But I have to say the images through the teleconverter were also really sharp. It didn't seem to degrade the quality in any way that I've seen. The close-ups were just really super sharp. So I guess there's two options for buying with or without the teleconverter. It's up to you whether you need that. I'm not sure I would need it. I think 300s. I don't think I would really need longer than 300. But
so right, you would buy it. So what would you give it a 10?
I would certainly. I think I would give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
I think that you'd be hard pushed to find a better lens. Generally I prefer primes to zooms, but certainly today I'm doing a lot more PR events now. I seem to be getting asked to do a lot of that kind of thing. It kind of
pairs up with the primes quite well.
Yeah, and the zoom has got such a good range. The 300mm equivalent, excellent, weather sealed, solid build, looks apart.
Myself
sharp,
though,
excellent pictures, you know.
Would I buy one? If I was a Micro Four Thirds, I would want one. Simple as that. Because I'm not, I don't. From a Micro Four Thirds point of view, I'd give it a 10 as well, definitely. It's a brilliant piece of kit. But as a Canon user, I'd get like a 4 or 3, possibly.
So all in all, we're talking 10 out of 10. Brilliant lens, brilliant optics. It's pretty much just an all-round superb lens. It is quite big considering some people move to Micro Four Thirds because they want something small and kind of pocketable, but
it's still small.
If you're using it the same as I am, you've come from maybe a full frame system, you're just looking for a smaller, lighter, faster system, this is a guy to get. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time on Good With The Camera. Take care.
Bye.